I've been in the system since I was just a kid. I was in a few foster homes in Vancouver. I've been in jail since I've been about 16, but this sentence I've been in for 17 years. I'm 39 years old. I've been in prison over half my life. So obviously what I'm doing is not working.
And then I was asked from parole officers when I first came in, why'd you do it? And I told them I didn't have an answer for them. I said, well, it was, I guess, for that adrenaline rush, because I didn't know what else to say to them. There comes a time when you just get fed up with running from cops and running from everything. You're fighting over these stupid colors.
I grew up in white society. Sometimes I felt like I didn't belong with them, and sometimes I felt like I didn't belong with the natives, my own people.
I'm Métis. The things that you see in in the cities and stuff, like you grow up in, it's just you don't want to really identify yourself too much. You're kind of ashamed, I guess.
For the longest time, I didn't have a mirror in my room because I didn't like looking at myself. I didn't like who I was, where I came from, what I did, just all sorts of things I didn't like. So I took my mirrors out and stayed high for 10 years. There was a lot of stuff that happened to me that I held deep, I pushed down because of abuse.
The journey begins when they write a letter to me asking for us to review them. And then we sit down as a group and we do the review. We look at how has this gentleman progressed? Has he been involved in culture or begun that journey, that healing journey already?
You go to, they call it the fish tank. You do your intake, because you have to sit with elders and talk with them and explain and stuff, and they ask you questions. So you turn around and you go, yeah, I wouldn't mind coming in. You put in an application and they review it.
We talk to the Aboriginal elder at the site. We talk to the Aboriginal liaison officer to get a feel for where this person's at. Have they identified themselves in a way that they're actually removed from gang affiliations? Where possible, we go and do a physical interview with them. When that's not possible, we'll do a video.
If you get on there, that's like the introduction to everything right there. That's where it all starts. You sit there and work with them, then they'll support you for minimum.
And so when they arrive here, the first thing that we tell them is that it's your healing plan. Many days or months or even years ago, someone sat down and drew up what they thought you needed to be a good, law-abiding citizen, provide for your family, and make a change in your community. We asked them to do that work themselves. We're not concerned only about warrant expiry or the time that they're with us. We're concerned about making a difference so that their lives are different going forward, and so that they have the opportunity to stay out of jail and not make a return trip.
But for me to get to Stan Daniels, I had to look at myself. Is a 6x9 what I really wanted in my life? Or did I want my family back, my freedom, a sense of who I am?
We have a philosophy at Stan Daniels that we can't help you if you don't help yourself. You need to make a decision about your life. If you're not willing to self-determine, we're not going to do it for you.
You're a very good con. You could con your friends, you could con the dope dealer. But the number one person that you really con is yourself, because you know yourself. You know your little dark secrets, your little dark corners.
Sometimes it feels like your last bus stop. If someone say, you know, I want to get off the bus right here. I don't want to learn anymore or go anymore. I just want to get out of here. You know, and then the whole way comes back that they try to leave behind. That mentality of why they got put in here in the first place.
I came to prison and I realized the trauma I'd caused so many people, you know, with the victim, his family, throughout my family and my community. You know, I realized that I need to make changes.
Well, I have family members that work as elders in the prisons and stuff, and they sat me down and said, you know, Justin, you can change your ways, man. There's only so much we can do for you, but everything is you. They said, you only get one shot at this, you know, and if you don't, you're gonna be back in. They won't give you another chance of getting out.
I hit my rock bottom too many times that I needed to change. I wanted to change.
I want to have a life. You know, I want to have a family. I want to break the cycle.
But here you come here, I said, you want to learn. You're responsible for your own self. Your choices are yours. In this journey, this part of your life, you're going to find out about yourself so much because you have to do things for yourself now.
Coming to Stan Daniels is not a cakewalk. You're held to a very high level of expectation, but you're also provided a very high level of support. Those expectations are clear because we want you to be successful.
You can play the system all you want, but if you're not ready to do it, you get out, you're just gonna go right back to what you know because you were just playing around with it.
There aren't enough beds at Stan Daniels to allow people to just kind of hang out. It's not a hangout. It's a place where people come who are really interested in doing the work that they need to do and who are going to work closely with their parole officer, with the elder, and with the rest of the case management team to move forward.
You gotta be willing to learn too itself, too. You can't just go there and be stubborn and think you know everything because you don't know everything, because look where you ended up.
We're ready, willing, and able to provide them with the opportunity to develop a good plan to get out. Let us help you to develop the skills that you need and get the programming that you need.
That's the gateway to employment, to secure housing, to reconnecting with your family, to building a safe future.
If you're not ready, then yeah, maybe this place isn't for you, but if you're really wanting that change and stuff and you really don't want to be sitting in jail, in the mediums or anywhere else, well, yeah, this place is all good, you know?
Seeing all the violence and abuse that goes on.
Elders, staff got together and developed a program called the In Search of Your Warrior. The vision was to bring offenders together to tell their story. And it's a safe place to do that.
I used to take programs just to get people off my back, the staff members, the POs, just to please them. Then I used to be the person that used to watch from the sidelines when I see guys go to sweat lodge, you know. It took me quite a while, it took me years to have the courage to go and talk to the elder. But I had to face some fears, and that's like for me, for my life. All my life I had fear. All my life I couldn't open up.
Things I was taught is you don't talk about things like that, you keep it in silence. It's anything that happens in the house, no one else should know, it's between the family. But as I seen other people sharing and the facilitators sharing and the elders present smudging us and stuff, you know, and I did get that calm feeling, and I did started opening up.
It's a place where you can fight those demons that you have deep inside. Sexual abuse, mental abuse, and just abandonment.
You're dealing with the inner child. You're going back to the time when you were first abused at home, the first time you were neglected at home, the first time you saw alcohol in the home, the first time you witnessed violence in the home.
Kind of helps you go back and figure out kind of where everything happened, where everything went wrong, and and where you learned a lot of the behaviors and stuff.
Getting into the Warrior program really helped me expose issues from early childhood trauma, from adolescent years. Things that I kind of just buried, I didn't share with people. Things that I just thought, you know, it would heal itself if I just left it sit there, right?
It's scary, but these facilitators know what they're doing. They teach you it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you got beat. It's not your fault that you got sexually abused.
And as you're telling your story, you start to open up and peel back the layers of that onion that allows you to feel and to cry, to understand, and to be able to reconcile with those things that impacted on your life.
A person needs to have courage as a warrior does.
These men that take this program are supposed to be big tough guys. They don't want to cry. I've seen some big men cry. I shed a few tears myself. I would talk about it in group. It would be on the surface, I would with my sweat, and I would let the rest of it go. I let the grandfathers and the creator take it, and they know what to do with it.
I've seen the facilitators take the time necessary to deal with residential school issues where residential school was part of that. I've seen them take the extra time to deal with abandonment because it flows to the needs of the group.
So with this program and the ceremonies, I learned the 7 grandfather teachings. They were taught to me in Cree.
The skills of life are being taught by our own culture. Makes an extraordinary difference because then I'm not fighting it. And I can receive it and internalize it and digest it and become what our grandfathers and grandmothers truly want for us.
When I first got incarcerated, I had no clue what the heck I did my crimes for. The PO asked me, what'd you do it for? I had no answer for it. I didn't know. As time went by and then I took the program and stuff, I started realizing why I really did it. It was because of anger and rage and all that stuff that I built up growing up. And since then I've talked to like my mom and everybody and told them, hey, this is what happened to me, so that maybe they could try not do that too much to my little brother and like other siblings and stuff.
I've seen hundreds willingly attend, and I've seen their faces at the graduation. The difference in those people at the end of that, the light goes on, they get it.
You start waking up happier. I did. I got my family back. I just helped my girlfriend move into her own place. I'm 39 years old. I just bought my first car of my life. I got my life back. Why? Because I let things go in the program.
You have to be able to heal yourself to the point where you're comfortable walking out into the community and holding a job and being able to, you know, to be a support to the people in your family as opposed to a burden.
Education was a big part of what I've been doing for the past few years, working towards a business diploma. Here I have opportunity to use the phone freely as I need. The director grants me access to internet if I need to do research on funding or courses.
I finished schooling while I was inside, and I got my actual diploma. And then I picked up an apprenticeship in welding. I get up at like 5:30. I go to Tim Hortons, grab a coffee. Then I go to the bus stop, work till 5, and then go back on a bus again.
And so employment is a key part of what we do. We like to get them engaged as quickly as we can within the parameters that we have to work with in either a work release or getting employment as quickly as we can. Because the real world is you have to be able to provide for your family. If you don't have that, then you fall back into the old habits.
I work hard during the week, and you know, right now I still got a little bit of rules, little things that I have to follow. When I do get full pro, it's gonna be weird for a little while. It's gonna be a little scary, but it's something I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to that for a very long time. Right now I'm not paying a lot of bills, like power bills and water bills, so all that's in the future. I don't know what's coming, right? So sometimes it's a little scary, sometimes it overwhelms me because I don't know, that's a lot of responsibility.
So I just want to work and stuff and just be a productive, law-abiding citizen out there now and not getting involved in stuff anymore. Getting a real check on the street, that's what kind of keeps me motivated to stay out of trouble and stay free, you know. It may not be as much as like the fast money was, but the fast money wasn't worth it, so I'd rather stick with something that's honest.
We have a required savings account, a trust account, where 30% of what they make is theirs and will always be theirs.
It helps you with your first couple months of rent or something, or help you get on your feet out there instead of just kicking you out and have nothing.
And it's made the difference between the boys when they do get out having to settle for something a couple of blocks from here or a decent place to live where their family can come and their children's services is comfortable bringing their children to visit. So instead of walking away with $80, some of our boys leave here with $4,000 and $5,000.
What we try to do is teach them about forming a foundation of beliefs and values and having their own sense of dignity. And so the SMUDS, the medicine itself, it's a purification ceremony. The Sweat Lodge is the most important aspect of the healing at Stan Daniels. And we have them once a week. We are putting teachings and knowledge in them through ceremony. Sweat Lodge is a place where people can vent, they can bring out whatever's bothering them. Those types of things often come from years of abuse or being abused at an early age, or, you know, abandonment, neglect. All of those things accumulate, so it gives them an opportunity to start to unload that and to put it in a perspective where it's okay, you know, it's okay to talk about it, it's okay, it's a safe place. They ask for that forgiveness, right, through the ceremonies, to be forgiven for what brought them to prison in the first place. And so we say to them, well, you ask for forgiveness, but what are you willing to give? What are you willing to do to forgive those that hurt you? You know, that takes quite a while. It's not just one sweat's going to fix that, you know. Sometimes it takes years of a person to work through that stuff. And so once they get that, then they're going to start to turn their life around and treat their people better.
The most important thing that we provide is the sense of hope. Healing provides hope. The Warrior Program provides hope. The ceremonies and the elder interventions that we have here provide hope, because it's not about beating somebody up for what they've done. It's about how do we make your life better.
I'm reconnecting with my sons right now. They're still kind of going down that wrong path right now, and I'm trying to pull them back. And you know, it's hard because I haven't been around for them, you know. So right now I'm trying to build my life up so they can see where I came from and what I'm doing now.
I'm nervous, there's always gonna be that, right? But I try my best, right? As long as I'm not doing the same old patterns and stuff that I was doing before, then I should be fine, right? Just keep going to work and going to meetings or whatever that keeps me out of trouble, right?
The healing part is about a lifetime free, not just getting them out so that they make it to their warrant expiry, but getting them out so that they won't come back.
In order for you to be successful, you have to be true in here. And if you're true in here, you treat people with respect, you're going to treat everything with respect. You're not going to be of any harm or any concern to anybody. You won't come back to jail. And the communities that they go back to are safe. They're safe in the community.
The number of people that have graduated from Stan Daniels and have secured good housing, good employment, reconnected with their family, that's what the program's about. For us, there is no alternative. It's the only way we can do it in order to break the cycle of violence, child welfare, of criminal behavior, and so they need the Warrior program. They need healing.